Bob, our pinpoint weather team coverage continues now for cities and towns across Rhode Island. Last night's storm may be a six-figure ordeal, putting further strain on cash-strapped communities, particularly if storms have the timing like this one during a holiday weekend when workers are usually off. Eyewitness News reporter Tim White has the details now from Cranston and the West Bay Mobile Newsroom.
When it comes to the cost of snow removal, it's not just overtime that can bust a budget. It's this stuff, salt. Cities and towns buy it by the ton, and it isn't cheap, which means city leaders already feeling the pressure from tight budgets are hoping for a mild winter.
In a show of gratitude, Cranston Mayor Alan Fung stopped by DPW headquarters, dropping off coffee and donuts to workers who've been on the clock since early Sunday. Fung, like many budget hawks, is probably hoping he won't be doing this a lot this winter. Cranston sets aside about $550,000 a year to deal with snow removal. Storms like this one, where the timing hits on a weekend, cost big.
Is overtime a concern for you when it comes to storms like this?
No, absolutely. And it was a big storm. And usually storms like this cost anywhere between $150,000 to $175,000 in the city of Cranston, because we have a lot of ground to cover, a lot of roads to cover.
In addition to city workers staffing trucks, shovels, and dispatchers, Fung says they bring in a full complement of vendors, private snowplow contractors to help clear the streets.
Over 100 outside vendors.
Has that number changed in recent years?
No, that's about the complement that we bring in for a full, storm this size where there's a lot of snow.
As for the state, transportation officials say they had 435 plows on the road during the overnight hours, and taxpayers dish out a little over $70 a ton for salt. For perspective, Cranston alone uses about 4,000 tons a year.
The fortunate thing is the salt prices dropped a little bit, so it gives us just a tad of a wiggle room.
The cost of salt often follows gas prices. A lot of it is simply getting the material into Rhode Island, which can be a headache for government bean counters hoping to predict how much snow removal will cost this year. It's kind of like trying to predict how much snow will fall this winter. With the West Bay Mobile Newsroom, Tim White, Eyewitness News.